You like to settle yourself down, first of all, into a comfortable posture for yourself in meditation. Closing your eyes very gently, in much the same way you might close your eyes to go to sleep. To relax and slow down, you can take a few deep breaths to yourself, breathing in to the full extent of your lungs, and then breathing slowly and smoothly out again. So again, breathing the cool, refreshing evening air. And as you breathe out, perhaps feeling that you're letting go of any previous worries or concerns you may have had. Although meditation is mostly about our mind, before we settle for the meditation, it's useful to spend a few moments making sure our body is relaxed. And we do this by performing what's known as a body scan, which means scanning down through the whole of our body to make sure each and every muscle is properly relaxed. So we start at the top of our head, relaxing any tension in the muscles of our forehead. Then relaxing our eyebrows and our eyelids. Releasing any tension there. We take care to make sure that the way we've closed our eyes is as gentle as possible. Bearing in mind that the way we close our eyes sets the mood for the whole of the meditation ahead. We allow the muscles of our face to become soft. Taking care not to clench our teeth together, not even to purse our lips. And then we relax our neck, our shoulders are tense, we allow them to drop to their natural height. For relaxing both arms, our forearms, and eventually our hands and fingers. From there we relax all the muscles of our torso, our chest, trunk and abdomen, taking particular care that there's no tension across our stomach. And then relaxing both legs, all the way down to our feet and our toes, until we are confident that there's no remaining sort of tension remaining anywhere in our body anymore. Allowing our body to be relaxed to the point that we feel that it's melted away into the atmosphere around us. We have no more worries about our body anymore, and we can focus our attention instead on the feeling inside us, the sense of warmth and well-being and inner space, which by any other name we might call our state of mind. And even our state of mind can be relaxed further if we are able to let go for a few moments of all the normal worries and concerns in our everyday life. Putting these things on one side for now, in order to free up space in our mind into which deeper processes can arise. So we put aside any regrets that we may have from our past. Similarly, not spending our time making plans for the future, but keeping our attention very much in the present moment and on the task in hand. Reminding ourselves that we have nowhere to go and nothing to do. The reason why we're here is for the meditation after all. And we gather our attention back from all the possible distractions in the outside world to a place of serenity on the inside. As if inside us there were a special place where our mind can go in order to be protected from the impact of the outside world, almost like a bunker for the mind. Even though we may still be aware of all the things going on around us, but somehow, for as long as the mind is on the inside, it's no longer perturbed by those outside influences. For as long as the mind's on the inside, it absorbs that sense of serenity, a sense of happiness and joy, as if tiny particles of happiness and joy fill the body and the mind, to the point where there's no space left in the mind for any other sort of thought. When we feel relaxed and refreshed, both in body and in mind, very gently, using no effort at all, we remember back to our chosen object of meditation. This time remembering the object as if we perceive it floating a short distance in front of our face. Either something visual that we can see, like a shining sun, or an object that we can feel, like that of an imaginary fruit, with a certain weight, a certain size, certain texture, floating a short distance in front of our face. And we allow this object to become smaller in size, bringing it towards our nose, in front of the left nostril for ladies, in front of the right nostril for gentlemen. And having made it small enough to be smaller than the size of our nostril, coming to a standstill at a place known as the first base of the mind. Here we make the object as realistic as we can, while hearing the sound of the mantra playing silently in our mind with the words Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And then we allow the object to move slowly upwards inside our nose. The left side for ladies, on the right side for gentlemen. To a point just at the bridge of our nose, near to the corner of our eye, a point known as the second base of the mind, where once again our object comes to a standstill. We make the object as realistic as we can, while at the same time hearing the sound of the mantra passing through the mind with the words Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And from our nose, the imaginary object now moves slowly backwards inside our head on eye level, moving until it comes to a place at the very center of our head, on the central axis, a place known as the third base of the mind. For this point and all the subsequent ones, it's going to be the same both for ladies and for gentlemen. Once again, we make the object as realistic as we can, at the same time hearing the sound of the mantra passing through the mind with the words Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. From the center of our head, the object now moves slowly downwards on the central axis until it comes to rest just at the roof of our mouth or at our palate, a point known as the 4th base of the mind. Here once again the object stops still. We make it as realistic as we can, while at the same time hearing the sound of the mantra passing through the mind with the words Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And from the roof of our mouth, the object now moves slowly downwards inside the space of our throat to a point just above the Adam's apple, known as the 5th base of the mind. Here once again the object stops still. We make the object as realistic as we can, while at the same time hearing the sound of the mantra passing through the mind with the words Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. From our throat, the object will now move slowly downwards inside the space of our body, as if inside us were just an empty space without any organs or tissues, muscles or bones. The bright object moves down through our chest, down to our abdomen, to a point on the level of our navel, where you might imagine 2 thin lines, one running from the navel horizontally through the back, the second line on the same horizontal level running from the right side to the left side. The intersection of these 2 lines is known as the 6th base of the mind, and our inner object will now align with the 2 crosshairs, coming to a standstill there. We make the object as realistic as we can, while at the same time hearing the sound of the mantra passing through the mind with the words Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, 3 times. And from that 6th base, the object now moves slowly upwards, the distance of just 2 finger breadths, to a point known as the 7th base of the mind, roughly on the level of our diaphragm, still on the central axis, a point which is in fact the precise center of the body. We make the object as realistic as we can now continuously at that central point, while at the same time maintaining the sound of the mantra passing through the mind over and over again, as if the sound of the mantra comes up from that central point, the same place as we can perceive our inner object. Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, over and over again, lightly, gently and continuously, helping the mind to stay on track at the center of the body. We notice our attention wandering away to other things around us. As soon as we realize, we just bring our attention back again to the inner object. If the object disappears, then we can conjure up a new one. If the inner object changes, then we follow it in its new form. And we try always to be as gentle as possible with the mind, avoiding the tendency to use any force, trying to be unhurried in our meditation. We continue in this way lightly and gently, as continuously as we can for as long as we can, for a few more moments now in silence, until we come to the appropriate time. พุทธานุภาเวนะสัพพธัมมานุภาเวนะสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะสัทธาโสธีภวันตุเท So if you'd like to come to the end of your meditation for this evening, you can gradually open your eyes again.